estamos, campeón?
Todo bien, jefe. Bendiciones.
Bendiciones, bendiciones. So, Panda, I'm going to let you take it away with the translation as well. And salute to everybody on the live. We got over 120 people on the live here, and then we got over 350, almost 400 people on the Instagram live as well. We got the IBF champion, Subriel, Matias. So, ask him, hey, how does it feel to be signed to Matchroom, and what's the deal? Is it a one fight deal? How many fight deals? What's it all about? Is it just a Matchroom and Eddie Hearn fight? A deal? What is it?
Dile que yo entendí esa parte, Panda. Tú sabes que yo soy medio. Panda is learning to me English. Understand a little bit. Mira, dile que en verdad no sé por cuántas pelas se filmó. Lo que sí sé es que, ¿verdad? Mi promotor estampó la firma con ellos. Y, ¿verdad? Ansioso de pelear y demostrarle a mi gente de que somos campeones del mundo y sobre todo el mejor del peso.
He says he's not quite sure how many fight deal he signed. We know as a team it's over a 5-fight deal with the guarantee of a big fight. But he's excited. He's excited, that he's a 140-pound world champion, and to prove that he's the best in the world now, to be able to be signed with Matchroom and Fresh Productions.
Wow, over 5 fights. So tell us, how is his relationship with Eddie Hearn?
Que cómo es tu relación con Eddie Hearn?
Yeah, his first encounter, like how was it?
¿Cuál el primer encuentro que tuviste con él, cómo fue?
Una persona agradable, ¿sabe? Hay personas que cuando tú las ves transmiten mala vibra, y él, ¿sabe? Se vio chévere, una persona bien educada y tratando a uno, ¿verdad? Como un hombre, como lo que es uno.
That he's a very a good guy that you can tell right away. Usually when you meet people, you can tell by their bad vibes, but that Eddie Hearn was a gentleman in all the words. He treated him like a man, just like they both are. Both are men and are here for business.
Awesome. Liam Paro, is this the start of his debut? It's not his debut in Puerto Rico, but it's his first main event in Puerto Rico, right?
I'll answer that for you. Preguntó que si es Liam Paro y tu debut en Puerto Rico. No, el debut no es ya había peleado en Puerto Rico, pero right now we don't know if it's Liam Paro. That's just the name that was given to the team. We accepted the name, but we don't know what Eddie Hearn and Juan are going to work out. But right now, Liam Paro is just a name that was thrown out there. It's not a done deal. It's not a done deal with Liam Paro yet.
Okay. What does he think about the roster, and did Eddie promise him anything?
¿Qué es lo que ves tú de los peleadores de la 140 con Matchroom, y que si Eddie Hearn a ti te prometió alguna cosa?
No, realmente vamos paso a paso. Lo primero es defender el título y ya después ver qué viene en el camino.
He said no, that right now is step by step. The first goal is to defend his world title, and then to see what is offered to him.
Okay. As far as the offer that you explain that Teofimo offer.
Que explica la oferta que se le dio a Teofimo, que por lo que hiciste tú el mensaje ese, que le enviaste el mensaje a Teofimo que viera con su equipo, porque no fue que se firmó la pelea.
Y mi promotor estaba buscando, ¿verdad?, el mejor acuerdo. Obviamente andamos en busca de los títulos. Si te percatas, Teofimo tiene, si no me equivoco, a este hombre, a Heine. Teofimo, ellos hicieron, no sé, una oferta, whatever, y en 4 peleas que querían que yo hiciera con ellos, no me garantizaron la de Teofimo. Y realmente lo único que nos importa es Teofimo, no más nadie.
So what happened is that we all know that Juan Iván Orengo came across, with an offer with Top Rank. We know that Top Rank offered Subriel Matias a deal, but in that deal was a 4-fight offer, but nowhere was a Teofimo Lopez guaranteed. They didn't want to guarantee a Teofimo Lopez thing, and Subriel, all he wants to fight Teofimo Lopez. He's not interested in any of the other top-ranked guys.
Okay. So what was the initial reasoning of wanting to sign with Eddie?
¿Cuál fue el motivo tuyo del querer firmar con Matchroom y con Eddie Hearn?
Realmente yo no tengo voz ni voto. Yo simplemente soy empleado. Yo cuando el contrato se acabe, pues ahí yo puedo tomar decisiones. Mientras tanto, yo no tomo decisiones.
Subriel said, basically, I'm just a soldier. I'm just an employee. I don't have voice or vote. I'm under a contract with Fresh Productions. When that contract, if it ever finishes, and that's when I have, a say so. But as far, I think that if Fresh is doing, their job, they did their part, and they're looking out for the best for me.
Okay. As far as Puerto Rico is concerned, for the next fight, is that promised as well? Are we gonna, and when are we gonna see him?
Que si conforme vaya, si Puerto Rico, si es un hecho, una promesa, o si tú crees que la próxima la defensa de Subriel Matías será en Puerto Rico y cuándo te puedan ver.
Realmente ni sé cuándo peleo y tampoco sé dónde vaya a ser, ¿sabes? Por mi promotor, yo estuviera peleando desde que gané el título en Puerto Rico. Pero al final no sale lo que él quiere.
So as far as for me, I don't know yet exactly what date, or I don't know where it's going to be. I know they're working towards Puerto Rico. If it was for me and for my promoter, we've already defended again, but that's why they worked out a deal, and so now here is where Eddie is going to decide where the fight and all that thing takes place.
As speaking of that Teofimo, was he able, what was his thoughts on the fight with him and Jermaine Ortiz?
¿Cuáles fueron tus pensamientos sobre la pelea de Teofimo y de Ortiz?
Lo mismo que se vio con Sandor Martin, no sabe cortar el ring y se le complican los boxeadores.
It's the same thing that you've seen with Sandor Martin. He doesn't know how to cut off the ring, and anyone that can outbox him is always it's going to make him look bad.
Same question for you.
For me?
Yeah.
A whole lot of talking about, a fighter. They say Subriel doesn't know how to cut off the ring. They say Subriel is a come forward fighter. Man, I don't even think he knew how to do that, at the time. I personally, my opinion, Jacob's opinion is Ortiz won the fight. For me, he outboxed him. Not a pretty fight. It was a boring fight, but I think, boxing wise, I think Ortiz won the fight.
I agree with the as far as Jermaine winning the fight, but with politics come around, Subriel being the IBF champion, having it the hard route out, 5 undefeated champions. I mean, 5 guys not wanting to get off the stool. It speaks for itself. But that style that Subriel that come forward style. People say that he lacks boxing IQ. As far as coming into winning the cards, as far as the mentality of fighting some of these guys that do run around or move around or box around, whatever you want to call it, how do you secure a victory besides knocking him out?
For
guys like these guys that we're mentioning, Haney. And another thing, if he does get that Teofimo fight, does he feel like Teofimo's going to be the one boxing? Because I know you and I spoke upon that.
Tú en lo personal, Subriel Matías, ¿cómo dices tú que tú le puedes ganar a un peleador tipo en estilo de Jermaine Ortiz? Y si tú logras con Teofimo López, ¿tú crees que Teofimo López ahora se mete en el papel de Ortiz, que él va contigo?
Es que yo no me veo ganando por decisión. A mí o me noquean o yo no quiero. Se escucha crudo.
He says he doesn't see himself winning by decision. Either he gets knocked out or he knocks somebody out.
Sea Haney, sea Teofimo, sea quien sea. Yo voy a noquearlo.
If it's Teofimo, there's only one way to win, and that's knockout.
Right. I tell people, look at the Malik Hopkins fight to get a comparison of boxers, to show people the style of, Subriel will get to you. When it comes to these guys like Haney, maybe even Shakur one day coming up into the rankings, how sure is he that he can get to those guys?
Que él le menciona mucho a la gente que vean la pelea contra Malik Hopkins, que era un tremendo boxeador y que tú sabes ganarle a un boxeador puro, pero ya las peleas como Haney, como Teofimo, como a lo mejor un Shakur Stevenson que va a subir de división, ¿tú crees que tú algún día vas a poder agarrar ese tipo de peleas?
Todos mencionan a Malik Hawkins. ¿Quién es Malik Hawkins? Ese es un pendejo. Háblame de Dadachev. Que busquen esa pelea, a ver cómo él se movía y cómo yo lo paré. Lo mismo va a pasar con los otros boxeadores. Es cuestión de tiempo. Ninguno de ellos va a tener la resistencia para 12 asaltos, metiéndole presión de verdad. No, irse de frente, meterle presión como es.
He said, everybody mentioned Malik Hawkins. He said, well, to him, Malik Hawkins, personally, for him, this is him saying, and not me, that Malik Hopkins was a nobody. He believes that Ergashev was a better fighter, was a stronger fighter, a purebred boxer, and he was able to, he was able to break him down just like he'll do with anybody. He says, I put pressure, but I don't just put regular pressure. I don't just come forward. I put pressure, coming in and doing it the right way.
What does he have to say to people that say that he hasn't fought anybody and they didn't know who Ergashev was either?
¿Qué le tienes que decir a la gente que dice que tú no te has enfrentado a nadie ni que ellos no conocían a Ergashev?
No, Ergashev, no, Dadachev.
He's talking about Dadachev, Darbachev, yes.
Que sigan pensando así. El día que se ve una pelea de ese tamaño, la que ellos quieren ver, voy a dejar pelado la banca.
But he said, just to answer your question, he likes when people still think like that of him, and he hopes that they bet against him so that he can leave them without money in their pocket.
That's good. Yeah, money like me. I like going for the. So talk to me as far as Amazon Prime deal. Like, obviously that was an option as well. Why did they not give you what was this situation there?
Él habla sobre lo de PBC del Amazon Prime, que a lo mejor hubo una opción ahí en el cual que por qué no tomaste la decisión. Pues yo creo que eso no es una pregunta que tú contestes.
Sí, la última 2 peleas no me cumplieron.
He says he don't get it too much involved, but the last 2 fights, what they had promised him, they didn't give it to him, so that's why he decided to move on.